Hello everybody, welcome to the Narkin Network. I'm Dean, the host of the Narkin Network and also the host of the Unmasking the Narcissist channel. Today I'm going to be presenting to you guys episode 275 on the Narkin Network, and the title of episode 275 is How to Get Over a Narcissist. Now, I actually did a version of this video yesterday, and I just decided to redo it because I wanted to add some other content in here that I kind of forgot to do when I was producing this video the first time. But you know, when we address the problem of how do you get over a narcissist, of course out there's a great many help groups. There's all kinds of therapists and therapy you can go to help you get over a narcissistic event, and of course there's tons of people on the internet that are attempting to assist people in getting over narcissistic events, just like myself, and many doctors who have professional psych degrees and stuff as well. You can find all kinds of information on YouTube. You can find all kinds of information on the internet as to how to do this. And in this video, at some point, I'm going to just tell you my own viewpoint on how to get over a narcissist. I have talked about this previously in another episode, but I'm going to talk about it again here today, and it's a very simple philosophy that I put out there. But one of the things I find interesting is that there's a lot of individuals out in cyberspace and on YouTube and stuff who are narcissists themselves, and they give you information on their narcissism and how they function as narcissists and how all that stuff goes on with them, how to you know, how to understand what a narcissist is doing to you, how to understand how they're acting, because of course, as we know, some narcissists can act like absolutely batshit crazy. At least it seems that way to a normal person. And as we've studied before on the Narkin Network, all that behavior is all part of the way that they are. It's all part of what has formed them into being a narcissist in the first place. And what has formed them into being a narcissist conducts the way that they carry themselves in their everyday life when they're dealing with you. That being said, again, there's a bunch of people on the internet who are professionals in narcissistic trauma and can help you out. But there's also a bunch of narcissists on the internet that have channels that offer up information. Now, a good majority of these narcissistic individuals have great information on their channels. They give great insight as to why they are the way that they are and why they function the way that they are. And that's great, a great source of knowledge to actually have concerning narcissism. And it does help you learn about how narcissists function. But one thing I find very strange is there's also a lot of narcissists on the internet who have channels where they offer you know, seminars and programs and stuff on getting over your narcissist. Now, this is where it gets a little weird to me, because I don't have any problem with narcissists going on the internet talking about themselves. You know, we have one very famous narcissist, HG Tutor, who has a channel on, actually, I think he has more than one channel on YouTube, and a couple of other websites in cyberspace, as well as you have Professor Sam Vaknin. But Professor Sam Vaknin and HG Tutor are two different individuals. HG himself is a self-professed narcissist. I don't actually know exactly what his background is exactly, but Professor Vaknin has a whole list of psychological degrees and stuff, and that is his professional thing that he works in is teaching narcissism, because he himself is a narcissist, a high-level one, and teaching other people who've had narcissistic events how to get over narcissistic events. But he is a professional with a PhD and offers information from the viewpoint of not only being a narcissist, but from the viewpoint of being a psychologist as well too, who understands these things as well too. But then we have a bunch of people on the internet who are narcissists who don't have psychology degrees and don't have stuff of this nature, and they're out there preaching to people or preaching to victims how to get over narcissistic events. And what's more bothersome than that is not only are they preaching to people and offering them programs and assistance in some way of how to get over a narcissistic event, but they're charging for it. And to me, this seems absolutely ludicrous that you would pay a narcissist to try to help you recover from a narcissistic event. To me, I don't know, there's something wrong with this in the world. I would never pay a narcissist money who was a narcissist and acted like a narcissist to some other victims in this world to try to help me overcome a narcissistic event. This makes no fucking sense to me at all. And I would just never do this. And unfortunately, to me, this is crazy. This is just absolutely crazy that that anybody would actually pay a person to do this, because I don't see any logic in this at all. It's like, you know, it's like feeding a serial killer victims. To me, it's the same thing. It's literally like this. Oh, let's just give this serial killer victims that he can continue to kill and mess with. It's like that. This may seem crazy in some particular sense like this, but to me it's like this. To some other narcissistic people, some other narcissistic experts are out there, it's probably the same thing. There's probably a couple of them out there who would agree with me in this particular way. There's probably a couple of them that wouldn't, but that's what it comes down to me in that particular instance. But when it comes to getting over a narcissistic event, you know, I have information like this on the Narcan Network. We've talked about this particular topic before. What it comes down to for me is the factor of understanding of the narcissist. Learn as much as you can about narcissism. Learn as much as you can about your narcissists. Learn to understand them. Understand what's going on with them. There's tons of information out there. We know that narcissists aren't psychologically normal. We know that they don't behave normal. We know that they don't conduct themselves in normal ways. They are not normal individuals. They are individuals who have issues in their brain, and they don't function normally. And no matter who is out there who's a narcissist who might be looking at this going, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I study narcissism every fucking day, and I study all the related disorders almost every day to understand what went on with my narcissistic individuals, and also to help me get past my issues with them, which I've been able to do relatively easily. Some people out there on the internet, some of you guys who are out there who are watching, are probably having an awful fucking time dealing with the shit that narcissist has done to you, and I can understand that completely. And my goal when I started my network was to just try to help as many people as I could to understand their narcissism and to get over their trauma, because the trauma that narcissists inflict on people is absolutely awful. So here is my particular viewpoint towards narcissists, and it's based on other information on the Narcan Network that you could look up, and other information out there in cyberspace. Whatever the narcissist was doing with you, it wasn't real. You were in a romantic relationship with that narcissist. I'm sorry to tell you that that romantic relationship really wasn't real. And there's going to be narcissists on the internet now who are going to argue with me and say, no, 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 what we feel is real. Narcissists feel real emotions and stuff. Well, they feel emotions related to their narcissism. This is the reality of that. They conduct themselves in a way where they feel a certain way, and they have certain feelings, but those feelings are not like the feelings of normal people. They're not exactly the same. Narcissists look at these things a different way. When they say they love you, it's more like when they love their favorite business suit that they wear out or whatever, or they love their car, or they love something that they own, their favorite motorcycle or whatever. That's the type of love that narcissists put out there. And again, there's going to be narcissists who are going to argue with me and say that that's not what they truly feel. I'm not saying that these people are robots. I'm not saying that narcissists are cybernetic organisms that have no feelings or whatever. They do have feelings. It's just with the brains being the way that they are and the way that the brains function in these people, their conductivity is not normal. And this is why a lot of them have conductivity disorder as well too, and all kinds of other issues. This is just part of the way that they are, and we've talked about the way that they are on the Narcan network many times before. If you're not sure about that, go look up any information on the behavior of narcissists on my channel. There's plenty of information there to be sought and learned about narcissism. But my strongest viewpoint here to you guys out there is just whatever was going on with you and your narcissist, this wasn't really real. If you can bring yourself to the point where you understand that their behavior and their conductivity with you wasn't really real, you're going to start to understand what was really going on, and you're going to start to understand how you shouldn't really take whatever they did to you in such a personal way, because it's not a blight on you. Whatever went on with there is not was not caused by you. It's caused by them and their narcissism and all the things that have traumatically affected them over their lives and turned them into narcissists. It has really nothing to do with you if you are a normal person. It has completely to do with the narcissist. And when you understand this, you won't take their actions against you as personally. I'm not saying you're not going to get over what, you know, you're not going to still hate this person or whatever. You might still continue to do that. I know people who absolutely detest their narcissists and have nothing nice to say about them, and there's a great many people who are out there who are like this. I personally don't like what I dealt with my narcissists either, but I now understand what was going on with them, and I can understand why they are the way they are and why they function the way they are with me, and because of this aided me in getting over any traumatic experiences I had with them, because I now understand that when they're doing stuff, they're just conducting themselves in a way that they've learned and been taught, and that they're functioning in at this particular moment. And there's very little that can really be done about that unless they seek professional help. So my advice to you guys is, when you're dealing with a narcissistic event or narcissistic trauma, just keep in mind that none of this that went on with you was really real. I'm not saying that your narcissist didn't love you in their particular narcissistic way. They probably did. But their narcissistic love is defective and weird and unnatural and not normal. And because they behave this particular way, nothing that they do with you is that they do with you is really real. And when you understand these points, and when you understand narcissism better, and when you understand your narcissist better, you'll be able to get over a traumatic event like this with much more ease, and find your way out of this event that's affected you so adversely in life. So this is just what I wanted to talk to you guys about in episode 275. I'm going to say please stay tuned. We've got lots of content coming up on the Narcan Network, and also some stuff coming up on the Unmasking the Narcissist channel in a little while. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you really soon.